boom, 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 boom.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Ronnie here. So I'm working on a video now by Stephan and TheStradman. Basically, it's a reaction video, and it's talking about how Stradman went from being homeless to getting a Bugatti. He's giving life advice. He's talking about his YouTube channel, and I believe that is something that's going to help me as I'm trying to figure out my way in the YouTube community, in this YouTube space. So we're just going to see, what happens. What I want to do is upload at least a video a day for the next week. So by next Wednesday, it should be 7 videos up, maybe even 8, you know what I'm saying, if I'm on top of it. So we're just gonna see. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Hey, what's going on, guys? Ronnie here. So this is the video titled Meet the Homeless Man Who Bought a Bugatti, the Stradman. This is by Stephan, I believe. Stephan video. So we're just gonna check this out, get some knowledge on, how I should operate my YouTube channel. On the road to 1,000 subscribers, road to 4,000 total hours of video views, road to monetization, baby. Let's get it. Jump straight into it. He looked terrified. He looked like he was not ready.
So a little over 4 years ago,
It's too
right
fast.
before I started making YouTube videos, I met James, also known
Okay,
as
so
the
James
Stratman,
was
through
the
a close friend of mine, Gordon,
homeless
also
guy
known
about
as
the
Epsilon,
Bugatti.
and we started talking
Okay,
cars.
James.
Both of us
Let me get the
previously owned a
keys.
Lotus. We were both car enthusiasts.
Looking for a
and
key.
For the longest time, both of us had wanted a Lamborghini Gallardo.
I want a
there's difference
Lamborghini
between
Gallardo.
James and I. He actually got the Lamborghini, and I got the house.
That
But we
video
kept in
looks
touch, and over
familiar
time,
with the
James's
orange
car
Lambo. I
collection
feel like
continued
I've
to
seen it
grow
before.
and grow and grow to the point where now he just recently purchased a $1 million Bugatti Veyron at 31.
Bugatti, that purple
However,
is,
what many people don't
it's like a black
realize is that
hole.
not
It's just
too long
sexual.
ago, James was homeless, living in his car,
like that
earning just a
purple.
few dollars a day. And he was able to go from that to now making over $2 million a year, buying exotic cars. And that is something
Let me
worth
get the
discussing.
keys,
We're
James.
going to be breaking down his income, how much money he makes, how much money he spends, where he spends his money, how he invests his money, how he runs his business, and also why he chooses to do everything himself. So if you wouldn't mind smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm,
Okay.
it would greatly help me out a
Since
lot,
you
because
asked.
These videos take me a very long time
Since
to
you
create and
asked.
produce. Not to mention, I was able to borrow a Tesla Model S P100D, which does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds.
he was in a
to race
Tesla
Bugatti
trying to race a
Veyron on
Bugatti.
private airstrip. So if that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. So thank you so much. And
Look
with
at
that said,
terrified
here's
of
the
the Tesla.
inside look into the business of the Strat.
Funny,
You know,
Graham.
my dad is a CPA. My
Okay.
mom's a teacher.
Straight to
We
it.
grew up with very humble beginnings. I have 3 older brothers, born in Newport, Oregon. We lived in this tiny, tiny little house in Newport. My dad is, the cheapest human being on earth, and I love him for it. And he's taught me how to, spend wisely and, take the right risks when you have the opportunity, but be smart about it. I like to think that I'm self-made, but I'm not. My parents didn't.
Video
really help
got
me.
serious
They helped me
real
financially.
quick.
I had a good job.
That purple, though.
They taught me how to work.
The Lambo.
My work ethic comes from them. Being cheap comes from them. Being smart with my money comes from them. So I really, truly owe them all of my success. I love this car. Yeah, I've had it for 2 years. It's got the full 1016 kit, an FI straight pipe exhaust. This is an on-demand flamethrower. You rev it up, boom, 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 boom.
I might take that clip. Oh, she like,
So
whoa.
I graduated from Oregon State University, degree in accounting and finance.
Oregon Ducks.
Always wanted to have my own business, always loved cars. My motivation to make money is to buy cars. Like, I don't care about anything else. I don't care about fancy clothes. I don't care about fancy watches. None of that stuff interests me. It's just cars. Graduated from college. Obviously, the economy was in the garbage can. 2011, couldn't get a job, moved back home with my parents.
College.
Nobody would hire me. I could not get a job for the life of me. So I started this business buying and selling cars, but it just wasn't working out. And so I packed up my 2002 Audi TT and I moved here to Utah. Didn't know anybody, didn't have a job, didn't have a place to live, slept in my car the first night. Next morning found an apartment, signed a 6-month lease, still didn't have a job. And then a couple weeks later, I got a job up at the Montage Deer Valley in Park City, making $17 an hour. Worked there for
College,
a year or
man.
so.
It just made me want to
And
throw
during
up.
that time, I actually
Thinking
started my
about
YouTube
it.
channel. So I was a car spotter, which meant I just go out and take photos of cars. It sounds so dumb, and it was dumb. But I would just like catalog the cars that I would see. And I was doing that on the side, started a
Ain't
YouTube
no nice
channel.
cars in Maryland,
and
I
then
seen.
one day, the guy who
I know
worked next to me,
supercars.
I found out that he was making more money than me. And I thought that was an injustice because I was constantly taking stuff off his workload. And so I went to my boss's office and I put in my 2 weeks. And my thought was, oh, I'm too good, I'm irreplaceable.
Oh, they finna replace you,
They're gonna
boy.
give me a raise. I'm gonna make more than this
Gonna
guy.
let you go.
And my boss was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know, we love
Deuces.
having you work for us, but
gotta
best
go.
of luck in your next endeavors. And so 2 weeks later,
Manager, store manager, they don't care about you.
backing out of it, I moved forward and I lost my job. And so I decided to live in my Audi TT in Beverly Hills, California, and I would car
Small
spot.
car,
And the
Audi
reason for
TT.
Beverly Hills, obviously, there's so many cars, there's supercars left and right. I could go there and just film cars, and that's what I did. And so that would involve me parking the car somewhere where there's free parking, walking maybe a mile to Beverly Hills. And I would just stand there on Rodeo Drive for 12 hours a day, walking around, just hoping to see cool cars. And then every evening I would go to McDonald's, I would park outside McDonald's, I'd edit my videos, use their free Wi-Fi,
hustle
post the
right there.
video, and then I would find a different
I got a Mac Mini.
every
Ain't
single
no
night to sleep in
excuses.
the car. Because I didn't, I wanted to be in a different location because if I was outside the same house every single day, somebody would get upset.
Did you get caught sleeping in the car? Because that's a tiny car.
It is.
Windows tinted?
Windows were not tinted. It's weird. When I was in Beverly Hills, I never had anybody
Hey, what you doing in there?
wake me up in the middle of the night. There was a couple times when I'd go to car shows, up in North Los Angeles, whatever, and I'd sleep in a mall parking lot and security would come knock on my door and tell me I had to go. I lived in the car for 58 days. I showered one time at the beach in Malibu.
One time, brother.
Didn't you think to get a gym membership or
Well,
like
James.
I couldn't afford it. I was so, I've always been so cost conscientious my entire life. I don't spend money.
So this is the one you just bought.
Yes, so I bought this
GTR.
4 days ago. It's a
Nissan.
2017 Nissan GTR, 700 horsepower roughly, but it's gonna soon have a lot more. So my goal with
Gotta
this
go
car
fast.
is to make it faster
Gotta
than the
go
Bugatti.
faster, faster.
So I'm hoping for 1,300 horsepower or so.
Wouldn't your parents see you in another state, sleeping in a car,
Bugatti.
making $7 a day? Wouldn't they just say, James, here's $20 a
Come on,
day.
son,
Like,
come
we're gonna
on.
help you out here. Get a
Right.
gym membership. Take
Betty
it.
said no.
For sure.
Weren't they worried about your safety?
They were. So my mom was obviously worried sick about me constantly. And the car, so my Audi broke down while I was
feel you,
living
man.
in
I
it.
couldn't
One
go back
night
home
outside
either.
of
It's like, I
McDonald's,
gotta
came
make
out,
it.
the car wouldn't turn
I'm
on.
gonna do this.
And that's when I realized this is a
couldn't
bad
go back home.
situation. Car wouldn't turn on, car was broken down. Audi Santa Monica quoted me at $1,200.
And that's his
for a
house.
Fuel pump.
So his house.
And I didn't have that amount. I only had $800. My mom offered to pay for the
Gotta
repair.
fix his house.
But I was
This is
so
money making.
I had such an ego. I was like, no, I put
House,
myself in this
transportation,
situation.
money-making.
I have to get myself out of it. I was 24 at the time, so I wasn't like a little kid. I was a grown man in the sense, even though I was doing something that a 9-year-old would do. But I still knew that this was all my fault. If my mom would have fixed the car, it would have been I can't do this YouTube thing. I had to get myself out of the situation. So yes, they offered to pay me, or to give me money, but it was just no. I had to achieve the dream on my own accord. And looking back today, when I think about it, it's I'm so glad that I didn't let her pay for it, because otherwise, everything that I've created, although I give my parents a lot of credit, it wouldn't feel quite the same because they would have bailed me out of that situation.
So how did you fix the car?
So I ordered a fuel pump online. I got it for $200.
Where do they ship it?
Exactly. They don't. You can't ship it to the 2002 Audi TT on Santa Monica Boulevard. And so I discovered that with the USPS, you can actually ship something to the post office, and you can go there and pick it up. But I got this fuel pump, got back to the Audi, and then the next morning, I was like a surgeon. And I'm not great at working on cars,
that's
but
good.
I'm average. But during that 8-day, 9-day window, I'd been
said, "I'm
studying
fixing
online how
my
to change
money
it. I'd
maker."
been going, getting the parts that I needed, the tools
Any
that I
means
needed, and I
necessary.
changed it in I don't know, maybe an hour and a half.
We're gonna pump it into sport mode.
Uh-oh. Look at Graham face.
Get traction.
Graham is I can't take it.
Home for I think another 6 months or so. I got a job as a night auditor at a hotel making $14 an hour. And I didn't have any friends. I worked alone at this hotel in the middle of nowhere. I had to wear this silly outfit with a tie and a sweater and big clown shoes. And, I had no social
Take
life.
this. This would be
But
the
what's crazy is
uniform.
this entire time I was still pursuing the YouTube dream.
Looking like,
Never I never wavered one single time. From the moment I had 200 subscribers till now, it never wavered. And I remember when I was working at that hotel, you know, I had a couple of vacation days, and when I got the job, I had this trip down to Florida for the Gumball 3000 that I'd planned, and you know, I flew down to Miami, slept in my rental car, couldn't afford hotels, so I was still doing this, like, you know, bootstrapping the business as best I could. And then I finally got my big break. It all happened in 1 week, and it's the craziest thing. So there's an event in Sun Valley, Idaho called the Sun Valley Tour de Force. And it's a top speed event where they shut down the state highway and cars can test their top speeds. And I filmed 6 Bugatti Veyrons, like testing their top speed. What's crazy is that one of those Bugatti Veyrons is this car right here.
No.
Really?
It's the exact same car.
Purple.
And that weekend I filmed a video called Bugatti Veyron Super
Went
Speed.
viral.
It's 246
I already know.
and it was on the front cover of yahoo.com.
Went viral.
I had probably 2,500 subscribers.
He got that
The video
taste.
got just
He said,
over
I got to
1
get
million views in
more.
24 hours. And I think I made like $5,000 or $6,000.
Wow.
Like, this is back when I was making $14 an hour. Like, that money, like, changed my life. Like, that was what I would make in like 2 or 3 months.
Wait.
And so I filmed
said it
that
went
video, and then I filmed a couple other
254
videos that
miles
weekend
an
that
hour?
also did just like huge views. And that was when I realized that I was right. Because at that point I was like, well, imagine if I can get 1 million views every single day. What if every single video
Made it happen.
get a million views? Like, I'm onto something. Like, this is it. And so then that same weekend, I wanted to move back here to Utah. And so I had a job interview for a job cost accountant job up in Park City. Had the interview that following Monday. So I filmed the viral video on Saturday, and then I had the job interview Monday, and that's where I met a guy named Nick. Nick hired me. He should not have hired me. Like, this guy should not have hired me. I was not qualified. I didn't deserve the job. I was late to my interview because I missed an exit. Like, I didn't deserve the job, but he gave it to me. Sorry, I'm like getting emotional.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
See, in
And
the
so I
beginning, he
haven't
was
said this
talking about how
in
he was
so long.
prideful.
It's just like so crazy
Now
to
he's
think
humble.
how you can be down and out.
He's grateful.
Wow, it's not
He's about to cry.
It's weird.
I feel you, James. I feel you, man.
It's so
feel
weird how
you.
you can be like down and out.
Yeah.
And then in 1 weekend, things can change so quick.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever think, like 6 years ago, you'd buy an Aventador?
No. I always felt like I could fake my way into like a Gallardo.
Yeah.
You know, like $100,000 car, like just save up every single penny imaginable and, you know, get the car, but not really be like in a position to actually afford a Lamborghini.
Right.
Whereas like the
Gallardo.
flagship V12, never, ever. Like, never imagined. So I was
This
a
is
level
the-
accountant, $45,000
What color
a
is
year.
that? This couch in the middle of
Job
the
cost
safe
accounting.
house.
So, you know, I'm sitting in front of a computer screen every day, 40, 50 hours a week, you know, Excel
Teach.
spreadsheets. But I'm making $45,000 a year.
Getting that money
So,
up.
you know, that's not crazy money, but for me, it's like, this
Hey,
is amazing.
an improvement.
And I've always been super cheap. I don't spend money on anything. And so I'm still doing YouTube on the side. Every weekend,
My money
you know,
goes straight to
I'll go on a car show,
food.
do whatever I can. Every vacation day is spent
Straight to
trying to
food.
grow this YouTube channel. But, you know, the priority is my job. And so I worked for Nick for, what, it would have been like maybe a year and a half or so. I think it was a year and a half. I had decided that I was going to buy a Lamborghini Gallardo. You know, I was saving every single penny. Like, I wouldn't go out and eat. I wouldn't buy new clothes. I was living in an apartment for $600 a month. Like, just
Wow.
not doing anything. I knew that if I actually owned a supercar myself, my channel would be so
This is life advice. It's more than YouTube advice.
behind the scenes. I'm filming other people enjoying their supercars. And I was like, imagine
Wow.
a young kid with nothing else driving around a Lamborghini. That would
me
be
some life
interesting.
advice.
And so I saved up. I can't remember what my down payment was. It was like
That
50 grand,
Lambo.
I think. And I bought a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo. Put a bunch down, got the car, and almost instantaneously I was
Viral.
the channel just took off. Early November,
I know that
filmed a
video. I
titled
remember it.
Lamborghini at age 26, This is what I do for a living. And I filmed that video, and I think it was like a Thursday. I posted on like a Friday, whatever it was. And then that weekend I went canyoneering down
I know that
Southern
video.
Southern Utah.
I seen it.
And we
It was
were
an
out of cell
ad.
service. And I remember on the drive home, we got cell service back, and my
viral.
phone just started going off like crazy. And the video had started going like viral. I think I made like $20,000 or something like that. So
It's a
I
half
know
year
that
down
video.
payments,
exactly,
almost.
and that's when it
ad.
kind of sealed the deal. I knew YouTube was my future.
Ah, feels good. That is 125.
But I knew that I had to do it the smart way, the right way, because of what
It's the
happened in the
smart
past.
way.
I was like, I can't mess this up
the right
again.
way.
Like, if I do this a lot more is riding on it because I have a car payment on a
the smart-
Lamborghini.
oh.
I gotta make this work. So I knew that I had to continue working for Nick for a while. And around February of that next year, you know, I work in the accounting department. I can tell that maybe the company's not doing as well as we were hoping. And
Finna get
people
fired
started
again.
quitting, and they weren't being replaced, and I was taking on more responsibilities. April 1st, 2016, I think it would have been.
You got fired on
Nick
April
walked into
Fool's
my
Day?
office, closed the door,
Come
and I
on,
think my
James.
first words were like, "Wait, is today the day?" Like, because I knew it was going to happen. It was a Friday, the first day of the
prank.
month. Like I remember the day before.
It's also April 1st.
It's April 1st.
That's a great day to pull a prank.
It is a great day. It is a great day to pull a prank.
That Lambo.
But you know how like you just know, you know, the writing's on the wall, and sure enough, the company was going under, and I was in the first round of layoffs. But April 1st was like, well, here we go. This is the moment.
Time to hustle, time
And
to
I just
grind
started
again.
filming like crazy every single day. It's every day. I'm constantly working at it. I'm a one-man operation to this day. I edit all my own videos, film all my own videos, do all the sponsorship contracts, everything. I do everything on my own.
I basically spent the entire day in Ubers and in Teslas, but it was well worth it. As you might say, ladies and gentlemen, views on views.
The idea of having like employees that I have to pay and that are, you know, relying on me for their livelihood kind of gives me stress and anxiety.
It doesn't
and that
like
might show
leadership
through all my
roles.
videos
I
because my
feel you,
videos are
though.
all
I feel
about
you, James.
having fun,
I
you
don't
know,
like
being
leadership roles
stress-free.
either.
And so I need my life to be stress-free, if that makes sense.
This here,
chill.
you have how many cars at this point?
So I have 8 cars.
What's the total payment for all 8 cars?
So 8 cars, 7 are paid off, and the Bugatti is financed. So I paid $880 for it.
Bugatti.
I put down $580, financed the remaining $300, and my payment is $4,765 every single month.
How much money do you have in cars? I'm trying to do the math.
I'm gonna round the numbers to make it easier. Let's say 250, 500. Let's just say 900, so that's 1.85, 1.485. The Gallardo's probably 100. The 430 Challenge, maybe another 100, let's say 1.685. The Gladiator, another 100, 1.785. The Raptor, let's say another 100. I'm being a little, I'd say $1.9 million in cars. But I see every single car
up with
as
this
being
couch,
a
though,
different
Graham?
investment, a different business. And so in my head, I have a very good idea what the ROI is on every single car. The Bugatti probably doesn't make business sense from just a straight ROI. Like if that's the only metric you're using, it doesn't make sense. $880,000, the service was $34,000 on it. But
you could
it
rent
just
cars
adds that
to like companies
memorable
to put it in commercial
element to my channel. He's like, oh, he's the kid who has a
rent your car
Bugatti.
out.
You know, people remember that. It's a purple Bugatti. When that thing's
know,
driving down
man.
the freeway, people
They go
remember
Strat.
it. They'll find my channel.
I wanna look up what the Bugatti logo
watch all
mean.
the other videos. And so it just kind of
I mean, not
adds
what it
that
mean, but like
level
why
of
they chose.
uniqueness as well.
All of these are like owning a little bit of real estate, except in a car form that you're able to get content from.
The best car I've ever owned per view is the Supra. I paid $60,000 for that car. I was averaging 1 million views plus with that car. Like views to dollar couldn't be beat.
But no other investments. Stock market?
No. So
Okay,
I was
Graham.
more in college, and I decided that I was going to get into the stock market because I had this dream of buying supercars one day, and that's what you do to make money. And so it was
Give us
September
that
of
financial
2008.
advice.
Early September 2008, I took my entire summer savings from an internship that I had at the Department
He
of
said, "Oh
Transportation.
wait, I already know. Oh, toilet
Invested all of that in
to the
stock.
toilet right
Didn't know
beside
what I
the
was doing.
turd.
I became a day
called
trader
the bank.
overnight, and I had great success. I think
Right
the first
beside
day,
the turd called the bank. Oh, I didn't know your investment went to zero.
But then the stock market crashed in September 2008.
Oh yeah.
And I lost I think,
Bitcoin.
$900 like the next day. Like it all happened very quickly. And before I knew it, my entire summer savings was gone. I think I invested in General Motors, and they had filed for bankruptcy. I can't remember exactly, but I lost everything. And it was at that moment that I decided that I wanted to invest in stuff that I had more control of. You know, where it's me making the decisions. I go buy a car that I've decided is a good deal, and I flip it and I make profit. And so I haven't invested in the stock market since.
Are you going to?
Graham trying to
convince you to
plug.
start doing that?
Maybe.
Graham like,
I
hey,
need to do
got
it.
you.
You're absolutely right. I just haven't.
Okay, you'll need to at some point.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This, I agree with you. I think this makes more sense right now from an ROI.
I think I seen one of Graham's videos before,
Can you do this forever?
Right.
and he do be talking about finance.
And that's where I think
Graham,
other
like,
investments
hey.
come in.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
How many income sources would you say you have now?
I mean, it's all focused around YouTube.
Yeah.
So you could say one. Now, if you break it down, you have AdSense, you have sponsored content, you have merchandise, but it's all YouTube.
What's that, 3 to 4?
Sure.
Everything for you is on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah. Can you talk about income? Do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Graham
Just as a
tryna-
very rough
He like,
number,
let me see
in
how much money you
2020,
make.
I'll make about $2
I'm
million.
gonna make you an offer.
That's from merch sales,
Give me about
sponsored content,
200,000 I invested for you.
ad revenue.
Graham think he's slick.
It has a W16
Graham think he's slick.
Charge, 1,001 horsepower. Yeah. Fastest car in the world.
That purple, man.
254 miles an hour.
Purple is no joke.
$7 million brand new.
Why is there a dent here?
Was that?
Why is there a dent
There's
right there?
a dent in the
Yeah,
back.
bro.
Trying to get him.
I was moving this car last night, and it was super close to the GTR. I was like, I better not dent this car. How can you do me like that?
What's your total overhead?
So I have the payment on this car. Which
Graham slick. He like, let me
$4,765
find out
bucks.
how much you make.
That's my big expense. I actually,
you think
when
you
I signed the
slick.
1-year lease here, I actually just
I
paid
like
the whole
you,
thing.
Graham.
I just wrote
Like,
a
how
check
much
for
you
the whole
making?
amount.
I'm gonna make
It's
you
just
an
easier.
offer.
It makes my life simpler.
Yep, I get
One
it.
less thing to worry about. And so it's just like, it's a sunk cost, like it's gone.
Yep.
And then the land, my payment is like $2,000 or so.
Mm-hmm.
But then, insurance on all the cars obviously is significant, $1,500
A month for all the cars.
Yeah,
it's
for all.
not
No,
as
it's not as
I
bad
would
as you
think.
think. No, it's not. It's truly not. A lot of the mods that I do for the cars, those will cost money. Like the Liberty Walk kit on the Roadster,
Yeah.
that's 50, 60 grand. So I'm taking a lot of the money I'm making, I'm buying more cars, I'm buying nicer cars. But as far as outside of the business, nothing. I mean, food, I eat cheap. I live in a bedroom for $800 a month.
Spend all my money on food.
I don't spend on anything. all the clothes you're seeing that I'm wearing, I get for free too.
You can rev it if you want.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is the only time in my life I'll probably get the chance to do this.
Sitting in a Bugatti. Yo, I'm finna
You're good.
make some stuff.
Wait, I'm really nervous.
He's scared? Why you scared, girl? Reel that thing
So now,
up.
of course, we gotta ask, how many credit cards do you have?
Graham.
I hate disappointing you, Graham. I have one.
Why?
Got one?
Because I don't like the concept of credit. It bugs me.
Oh no.
I know.
I feel you on that. I'm building my credit too, James.
Like my parents, I was like
I got
18 years old when they got
a
their first
secured
credit
card. I'm building
Like I
my
don't
credit
like
up.
financing stuff, and I realize that yes, that's the right thing to do. Credit score is so important, and it's
Yeah.
weird. Like I understand all that
You
stuff,
got far with
but I'm such a
one credit card.
mental
you know?
person that mentally I have to feel the right way. And so getting a car
I
financed,
can relate to
I hate
James.
that. Putting
can
stuff
relate
on a
to
credit
James.
card, not just paying for it in cash, bugs me.
Imagine putting $1,500 a month
Yeah.
of your insurance on a credit card that you immediately pay off from a checking account.
Right.
You're going to be racking up a whole bunch of points to travel anywhere you want to for free. Within 1 year of spending, anywhere you want to go. First class.
I would be surprised if
Just
I
important.
don't have a
Graham
good
was
answer
like-
for that.
Yeah, if you guys want to
Was to do a credit card.
You
like,
say it.
You gotta destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Destroy it.
sir.
Let's do
It's
it.
just right down there,
I
boys.
think I already liked the video. I already liked it.
How many hours a day would you say you work?
When I'm filming, I usually wake up at 8:30, and the goal is to start filming by.
Check out this credit card.
If I'm lucky, the video will be finished by about 7, 8 p.m. The non-film days are a little bit more relaxed. Like yesterday, I was in Ubers all day getting these Teslas for today. Ubering up to Salt Lake. I picked up the event store yesterday, kind of getting this set up for
What's in
today.
Utah,
I
man?
just like
Besides
doing
the
everything
jazz?
myself. Like I have relationships. I picked up the event, or I have a relationship at Mix and Models. It's good for me to see the guys, drive the event store back. Maybe I'll do some Instagram stuff as well on those off days. I filmed TikTok yesterday. So YouTube videos, the other days I'm doing other social media stuff. Maybe I'm uploading on Facebook.
Do you buy Starbucks?
No,
Good.
I can't afford it. No, I do
too
not
expensive.
drink coffee. I do not drink alcohol, and I've never done any drugs in my entire life. And the main reason I don't do drugs is obvious, obviously. The main reason I don't drink, though, is financial reasons. And when I was in college, my friends would go out to the clubs and the bars. They'd spend a fortune on alcohol. I love cars so much, And if YouTube were to crash and burn right now,
Uh-oh.
I have enough money that I could retire, and I could go
YouTube
live in a
does have that
van and
lawsuit.
go
I mean, with
hiking around the
Google,
world.
Facebook, and
And I'd be
Twitter.
okay with that. I'd be so happy with
Is that what you would do?
I would do that, yeah. My goal is to have 100 acres with a racetrack on it, with my house on it, that has an airstrip that can also double as a drag strip, that also has a helipad. That's my goal. So I want to have a place where I can go race cars. I want to get my pilot's license, fly
real.
airplanes, add aviation
Speaking
to the
of
channel.
flying,
Just do adventures with
it was
transportation.
a man
Here's my only piece of
who
advice.
did an
If I'm
interview,
just going to say any
and he was a
unsolicited
pilot.
thing
He had
in
an
the
interview in
videos, it's
Atlanta,
this.
but I don't remember what
I
state he
were
was
in your
flying
position,
from. He flew from that state to Atlanta because
60,000
that's
or
hilarious.
30,000 a month, put it into a S&P
Look at Graham.
index fund, and that's it.
360,000.
You're making $360,000 a year less than you actually do. Put that in the stock market.
Graham
Forget it.
slick.
Just pretend it doesn't even exist.
It might be
It's out there,
3.6 million in
100%
10
of the
years.
First of the month, every month, 30 grand goes in. 30 grand goes in. Just treat it like another bill. No matter what happens to YouTube, you're always going to
Graham
have that.
slick. He done figured out how much money you made. He was like,
100%
okay,
Right. Absolutely.
Are you going to do it?
he gonna do it.
Yes.
I knew he was
I'm
gonna do
looking
it.
at every single camera.
Graham,
directly.
like,
Yes, sir.
So with that said, you guys, thank
hit
you
him
so
with
much
a
for
number,
watching. And for anyone who
360,000.
wants to see the entire 40-minute
Graham
video,
is cool.
completely
Graham is
uncut,
cool.
I'm going to be linking to the full video down below in the
Oh,
description
it's a
on my
full
second
video.
channel, The Graham Stephan Show. So thanks so much for watching, and also thank you to the Stradman for making all of this
Definitely.
possible. Make sure,
The
by the way, if
Bugatti.
you've done this already, to destroy the subscribe button, like button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on
I like your
Instagram,
content, Graham.
daily, so if you want to be a part of
You
it,
got me.
feel free to add me there, as in the second channel, The Graham Stephan Show, so you could watch this entire interview completely uncut. And also, if you guys want to get 4 free stocks, use the link down below in the description. And Weeble is going to be giving you 4 free stocks when you deposit $100.
Graham trying to get James.
Could potentially be
Get
worth
Weeble. He gonna get a
$1,600.
commission.
So basically, at this point, it's free money. If you want free money, use the link down below. Let me know which free stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
All right, there we go. Oh, no, nope. Trying to steal my time with an ad. But guys, that's the video. I really enjoyed it. I got some information in regards to what I should do with my YouTube channel. He gave me some life advice, and I really like that. But I'm a car guy, but not enough to go out and just film cars. So maybe I won't be. My YouTube channel may not go in that direction. But we'll see, because I'm still just compiling a bunch of ideas. I'm trying to, create something magnificent for my channel. And we'll just see where it goes. Guys, destroy it. No, I'm just playing. Like the video, subscribe, share, comment. You know what I'm saying? Leave some comments on the video, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And we're on the road to monetization. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.